Hey there, it's CG Willie, and today is pack number 7 in my Magic the Gathering Kaldheim bundle. The focus of the video is what is your pick. As I crack the pack, I will discuss which card would be my pack 1 pick 1. My viewpoint will be from a very casual Magic the Gathering player perspective. It will not be a Pro Tour grinder or even Friday Night Magic grinder take. It will be a kitchen table draft, having fun with friends opinion. Check out the preview video on my Kaldheim bundle. I have added the link to the preview video in the description below. Let's get to cracking pack number 7. Master Skald, 5 mana, 4 and white, Dwarf Warrior at 4/4. When Master Skald enters the battlefield, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. This is a decent common to have in white. You're going to have artifacts or enchantments in any combination of white, and being able to recurse one of those is a pretty nifty trick in Limited. Disdain Full Stroke, 2 mana, 1 and a blue, instant, counter target spell with converted mana cost 4 or greater. If you're playing blue and counter magic, it's good to hold on to this card till later in the game and counter their big bomb and keep it from hitting the table. Breakneck Berserker, 3 mana, 2 and a red, Dwarf Berserker at 3/2, has haste. This is a typical 22nd, 23rd card you'll put in your red-white aggressive deck. Village Rites, single black mana, instant, has an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. I like playing this card in just about any black deck. It's a great card to sacrifice a smaller creature that's gonna die and get yourself 2 cards out of the deal. Masked Vandal, 2 mana, 1 and a green, shapeshifter at 1/3, has changeling. When Masked Vandal enters the battlefield, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, exile target artifact or enchantment and opponent controls. There are some pretty powerful enchantments and artifacts in the set. Exiling one of your creatures out of the graveyard to take care of it, good stuff. Karfell, Kennel Master, 5 mana, 4 and a black, zombie berserker at 4/4. When Karfell Kennel Master enters the battlefield, up to 2 target creatures each get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn. You pick 2 of your creatures and you swing in. You've got Karfell Kennel Master sitting on the battlefield to be a defender on any crackback. Stalwart Valkyrie, 4 mana, 3 and a white, Angel Warrior at 3/2. You may pay 2 mana, 1 and a white, and exile a creature card from your graveyard rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Has flying. We've already seen 2 or 3 cards in this pack. By cremating the creature, you get an added bonus. Mistwalker, 3 mana, 2 and a blue, shapeshifter at 1/4, has changeling, has flying. You can pay 2 mana, 1 and a blue. Mistwalker gets +1, -1 until end of turn. You either have a pretty big defender up in the air, or if you've got the mana, you can get a little aggressive and attack in for bigger damage. Infernal Pet, 3 mana, 2 and a black, imp at 2/2. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Infernal Pet, and it gains flying until end of turn. White-black has a cast a second card this turn theme. Infernal Pet can grow out of control if you're able to pull it off. Shimmerdrift Vale, Snowland. Shimmerdrift Vale enters the battlefield tapped. As Shimmerdrift Vale enters the battlefield, choose a color, add 1 mana of the chosen color. This is a card you want to snap up early in draft if you can afford to. It's going to help you splash for that 3rd color. First uncommon is Agar the Freezing Flame, 3 mana, 1 generic, 1 blue, 1 red, legendary creature, giant wizard at 3/3. Whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt excess damage, if a giant wizard or spell you control dealt damage to it this turn, draw a card. The giant deck just doesn't seem to be coming together as strongly as some of the other archetypes, but if you're able to take advantage of it, drawing the extra card is always going to be nice. We have a showcase card of Cole the Forge Master, 2 mana, 1 red, 1 white, legendary creature, Dwarf Warrior at 2/2. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, if it was enchanted or equipped, return it to its owner's hand. Creature tokens you control that are enchanted or equipped get +1/+1. There are plenty of enchantments and equipment going around in the set, and you focus on a handful or more of enchantments or equipments, you'll be able to keep creatures on the board, and the ancillary added bonus of +1/+1 for all your tokens. Surtland Frostpire, it's a land, it enters the battlefield tapped, you can tap it for red, or you can pay 5 mana, 2 generic, 2 blue, 1 red, tap it, sacrifice it, scry 2, Surtland Frostpire deals 2 damage to each creature, activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. 6 mana seems pretty steep to simply scry 2 and deal 2 damage to all creatures. In the late game, chances are your opponent doesn't have a bunch of little creatures. Okay, will we get a great rare or mythic rare? We have Egon, God of Death. 3 mana, 2 and a black, God at 6/6. It has Death Touch. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile 2 cards from your graveyard. If you can't, sacrifice Egon and draw a card. In black, paired with just about any other color, you're going to have plenty of cards in your graveyard, and being able to keep him on the battlefield and swinging with a 6/6 Death Toucher is a reality. Flip side is Throne of Death, single black mana, legendary artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. You can pay 3 mana, 2 and a black, tap it, exile a creature card from your graveyard, draw a card. It's an artifact that continually helps you get cards in your graveyard. As long as those are creature cards, you'll be able to exile them and draw a card, continually keeping your hand full. And then we have Alpine Meadow, enters the battlefield tapped, can add red or white mana, and a treasure token. My favorite card or best card out of the pack is definitely going to be Egon. It's something that your opponent has to deal with. As a 6/6 Death Toucher swinging in for 2, 3, or 4 turns is going to quickly chip away at their life total. Even if you're unable to keep it on the battlefield after a couple of attacks, it'll replace itself. And if for whatever reason you just don't feel like you can keep Egon on the battlefield, you can always play the back half and have the ability to continually draw cards. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Take some time to tell me in the comment section what was your favorite card or the best card out of the pack. Until next time, when I'm back to crack pack number 8 from my Magic the Gathering Kaldheim bundle in What Is Your Pick?